What's your name, please?
I'm Julia Thomson. I'm an abstract artist from New Jersey, mixed media. I do a lot of pen and ink on paper, really detailed stuff, and so I've always been an artist or been interested in making art. Started really doing a lot of pen and ink in like middle school and high school, doodling in school, and as soon as I could start dropping other credits to start filling them with art classes, I did. And I've just been like doodling ever since, and so like that's just, you know, my pen and ink work is just like transitioned right out of that. And
Did you go to college for?
I did. I went to Pratt Institute in Brooklyn. I started as an illustration major and decided I didn't want to work for clients and I wanted to make my own stuff, and I just started to kind of go abstract from there.
Do you feel you got a like, are you glad you went to Pratt? Did you get a good...
I'm glad I went to Pratt. I'm glad I learned how to talk about art a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still not very good at it, but having a dialogue about it for a couple years, you know, forces you to grow and think about what you're doing.
And maybe learn some techniques or whatnot.
Yep, definitely. Got to play with materials and techniques, and, you know, having critiques regularly is helpful. And I miss that since college. I miss having fellow artists that close and, like, working in studios that close by. And just having that dialogue and critiques and other eyes, and, like, I definitely miss that.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the nice part about doing residencies, because you get that again. Yeah. I wish Carly was here longer.
Yeah.
But that we had overlapped more, because it's been really nice having another artist in the studio again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't.
I don't want to leave. It's weird how quickly a month goes by.
Oh,
You asked if I've done other residencies before. I did one other residency. I went up to the Vermont Studio Center in April of 2019 for the month. And they have 50 artists there at a time. Yeah. And, I mean, that was just incredible. They would do open studios every 2 weeks, I think it was. And just having people come in and out, just like that energy is great. And, yeah, I should talk to Camille before I go, definitely.
So and that's been your two experiences as Azul and...
Yeah, those are the only two residencies I've done.
So that's very different experiences, isn't it?
Yeah, they were both out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Vermont Studio Center in Johnson, Vermont, is also really remote. And, you know, quite a drive into the next town. Besides, you know, the little town that you're actually in. But it's really small. So, like, you know, going out to the next place, it's a drive. But besides that... I mean, no, it's still that feeling of having a bubble, of sort of being in this, like, safe place to create art and not worry about other things. And you also asked, you know, how my time here has shaped, you know, like, my art or what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, this was also partially an excuse for me to leave, like, where I was at, just, like, in my personal life, and see what else I want, and I've been thinking about North Carolina for a while, so it was also a time for me to explore Asheville a little bit, and Marshall and Hot Springs, and decide that I do want to be here permanently. So you're not allowed to publish this until I break the news to my...
Oh, good! Oh, that's
Nobody
funny.
else knows that yet.
Yeah. I will, absolutely.
Tell friends and family and bosses.
So they have someone, oh God, your boss calling up. What is
video,
this about? Oh God, I'm gonna have to edit that out.
So we're
That's
at, like,
hilarious.
90% sure, maybe.
Yeah, mid-December. Maybe I'll wait. I'll have to
or
edit
like,
that.
give me another week.
Yeah, you go. There you
Give it
go.
another week.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So as far as the space though, when we go, I was curious. I'm going to return to that issue about being in a residency with like a lot of people versus solitude. Do you think that's one of the things that every artist should have both experiences, or does it depend on the character? Like maybe
I think it depends on your practice.
Your practice.
Yeah, and why you make art and what your art is to you or for you. I mean, I did that residency And I actually was having like a little bit of health problems at the time, and also going through like some mildly just like personal things.
Sure.
And I ended up like not being that social. You know, I was able to tune in to those big group things and critiques like when I wanted to and when I needed to. But I was able to sort of do my own thing and make a couple close friends. But there are people who are like hanging out all the time, like, you know, like it could have been a really big social thing if I wanted it to, and I liked that was there. But I found myself being pretty
secluded.
Reclusive for like, you know, most of that time. And toward the end, I wished I had been a little, but like I'm just not that. I'm a little introverted, but I like having it nearby if I need it. So I think it's like whatever you need at that time, and that's the great thing about residency is like they're all so different from each other, and you can apply for like what works best for you. And
how has being here in almost complete solitude been like?
I thought I wasn't going to like it that much, so when I first reached out to Shannon about it, I was like, so COVID, you know, are there going to be other people there? You know, and I was really hoping that there would be like your usual amount of people, because I was looking for that community again a little bit. And when they said that I was going to be the only one, I was like, should I do it? Like, maybe I won't even do it. Like, maybe it's not worth it. And I thought, I need to do it. I got to do it anyway. And I came here, and I thought I was going to have like a week where I was going to be like creeped out, being all alone in the place, and I just wasn't. I got here and I was like, I love being alone. Like, I loved having the whole place to myself, and just being able to like pop down to the studio at any hour without bothering anybody, and be up early and just like come right back down and work. And then about 3 weeks into it, I was like, okay, maybe I'm getting a little lonely, and that's when Carly popped in, and
just
like,
on cue.
Yeah, well, because I was, you know, I got used to being alone, and I was like, maybe I don't want anybody to come, and like I don't want to share this space. Like I had that moment of like being a lunatic, but then I realized like, no, like what am I talking about? Like that's what I'm here for, and like I said, like it's been really nice having somebody around, and I wish she had been here longer.
And you also have you made some connections in town in Hot Springs with?
In Hot Springs, I mean, you know, Philip at the gallery at Artisan, definitely got a couple pieces there now. That was super nice of him to include me in the artists he's showing. But after that, I'm hoping to check out the River Arts District a little bit more. I don't really know anything about it.
And Marshall.
In Marshall, I haven't looked at anything at all in Marshall, and I'd like to.
Yeah.
I mean, those are sort of the three that I'm like really like. So I haven't been to like Black Mountain or Weaverville or you know like it's pretty much like Hot Springs. I love Marshall, and then like Asheville. So like kind of anything along that route I need to like keep looking into.
Very cool. What else I say? I guess any last words?
I'm hoping to come back. It was so nice, and I just want to stay in tune with whatever you guys have going on here. And I'm really excited about being here longer. I don't want to leave, and I'm excited about the idea that like probably I'm gonna be coming back. And it just like I haven't felt that excited about being in a new place and a new community like in a long time. So those are my parting words. I'm looking forward to coming back and experiencing more.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Julia.